how you doing? It's Martin Lopez here, and I just wanted to share, I got a couple of thoughts I wrote down and I wanted to share them with you about buying a house. We're always talking about like, oh, it's the greatest time to buy a house. And real estate agents and loan officers like myself are always saying that, but there's not too often that we actually give you proof or kind of tell you why we think that. So I wrote down three different things about that and why I think it's a great time to buy. And so I got three major reasons, okay? So first is affordability, the second is mortgage interest rates, and the third is the increase in family wealth that you have out of owning a house. So with the first one, affordability, a lot of people focus on the price when it comes to affordability. They look and say how much the home price is. There's a couple other things that I'd say to look at on that, because since home prices have gone up this year, people think that home prices that it's just unaffordable to buy a house. But affordability is determined by three components. The first one is price. Like, what's the price of the house, of course? What are your wages? How much money you're making? How much do you make at your job? What's your future potential of earning? Is that going to go up? So on and so forth. And what's happening with interest rates? Because the interest rate is going to determine what the payment is on that house, and that's going to tell you is it affordable, right? Your income as well. So prices are going up. There's no doubt about that. I'm in San Diego and prices are going up. It's kind of nuts out there sometimes. But so are wages. Wages are also going up, and that's important. So what's happened recently is we've had some dramatic decreases in the interest rates. And as a result, I'm going to read this, quote unquote, as a result, the National Association of Realtors latest Affordability Index reported that homes are more affordable throughout the country today than they were a year ago. That's pretty interesting, right? So how can you say that? How can you say a house and homes are more affordable now when the prices has gone up than they were a year ago? We're going to get into that, okay? So basically what they said, in all the different 4 regions of the United States, the best gain in affordability is from the South, because they had a 6.9% increase in affordability. The West had a gain of 6%, which is where we're at, right? In the Midwest, a 5.8, followed by the Northeast, which only had a gain of 1.8 with regard to affordability. So homes are affordable. We're going to talk a little bit about that in just a second. We're going to kind of go into that. The second part is mortgage interest rates. So mortgage interest rates, I don't know if you know this, they've dropped it in some cases more than a full percent in the last 12 months. Last fall, last winter, they were quite a ways up from where they're at right now. Currently, interest rates are in the low 4s. I'm talking about conventional interest rates are in the low 4s right now. And that's kind of what everybody does. Fannie Mae really focuses on the conventional interest rates, even though most people a lot of people I work with are VA or FHA, but we are primarily looking at, when we talk about interest rates, we're looking at conventional interest rates, not government interest rates. Fannie Mae is also predicting that interest rates on average by the end of this year are going to be about 3.7. Okay. And so a lot of people are going to say, well, I need to wait to buy a house, okay? This is the thing. What happens is that the lower the interest rates go, it's pushing the competition, because the homes become more affordable. So that pushes the value of the homes up, which is the whole point of the next part, which is the increase in family wealth, okay? Which is number 3. So I would say homeowners have always recognized owning a house as a way to build wealth. And if you read most of the publications, I would say any of them, but most of the publications, they're going to agree with me on that. I actually got this quote from somebody, and I deleted where I got that quote. But, a lot of people use buying a house as a way to build their wealth. So I'll give you an example for me in my situation, okay? So my wife and I bought our house 19 years ago, right about 19 years ago, about 19 and a half years ago. We paid $250,000 for our house. Be nice, right? Our neighbor just sold their house for $800,000. This is the thing. I would have to pay rent if I lived anywhere, right? My house payment right now is lower than rent is in my whole neighborhood. Okay? So that is affordability. Now, it's taken me a long time to get there to that affordability, but I'm not planning on dying, and any of my clients planning on dying, right? We think we're going to be around for a while. So at some point, we got to put a stake in the ground and say, hey, I'm going to buy a house. I'm ready to buy a house, and I'm ready to do what it takes to get a house. I think it'd be safe to say that, my wife and I have built up some equity in our house, right? Now, we'd have to rent somewhere, right? But when we bought our house, our house payment on our house was actually lower than it would have cost to rent. In a lot of situations, that's the way it is. You're going to pay less by owning a house than you are renting the home. San Diego, it's tough to find a rental property, right? So rents are way up there. A lot of people are looking at that, looking at the spread of that and saying, you know, for me to own a house, it may be another $500 a month for me for me to rent a house. It may cost me another $500 to own that house, but that $500 every month goes toward my principal reduction. There's interest deductions that I get, so that offsets the amount of taxes I have to pay. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of really good things that you have. A lot of good stuff when you own a house. You know, my wife and I, we're still taking our interest deductions on our house. That helps us with our taxes. It saves us money every year. So, you know, the bottom line is with affordability increasing, with interest rates dropping, and home values most likely are going to go up. It's very unlikely that they're going to go down, in my opinion. You know, it might be the best time for you to buy a house. Maybe a good time to try to figure out, should I buy a house or should I just hang out and keep renting? I have something called a 3-step guide to home buying that I walk every one of my clients through. It looks like this. It's 3-step guide to home buying. It's backwards because this video is backwards, but what it does is it walks you through how to buy a house, all the 3 steps to buy a house, and the last step, which is step number 4, is getting your keys. So step 1 is how to find the team, how to build a team to have them help you. Second is how to find that house, how to negotiate that house, get your loan pre-approved. And the third step is how to walk through the actual home buying process, which is the actual escrow and that whole process of actually buying the house. My name is Martin Lopez. I am a loan officer. The name of my company is I Serve Residential Lending. My website is martinlopez.com. And I would love to help you and talk to you about buying a house if that's something you're thinking about doing. Even if it's long term, even if it's down the road, give me a call. Let's see if we can get together and start talking and figure out what we can do to help you with the next step in your life if that's home ownership. Thanks for hanging out. I'll talk to you later. Take care. Bye.